don't think so. Still feels like a brick.
Now, guess what? You've got a visitor.
Tell him I'm dead.
Don't be silly, Fred. This person's come a long way just to see you.
Really? Why?
Who knows? More water?
Well, is it a him or a her?
It's a him.
Who is it?
Well, it's someone that you know very well.
Really?
Yeah, someone who is so fond of you that you can't even discuss it. And who thinks so highly of you.
Uh-huh.
That he came all the way from wherever to share with you his particular fondness.
Well, now, ain't life grand, Case? Why don't you just go show that fond fellow in?
Good idea. I'll go fetch him.
By God, it married me an angel.
Is it contagious?
Oh, no. Can't be.
I asked you a question, son.
I don't think so, Father.
That's not good enough. What did the doctors say?
Dad, this isn't a good time.
Well, how are we feeling?
Not so good.
You're not going to die on me, are you? You know, son, that's one of the things that's always irked me about you. Your poor sense of humor.
Oh, I'm happy to see you too, Father.
You mind if I sit down?
It's free country.
Brought you something. Your mother said that you might enjoy this.
Well, you can leave it on a table.
It's not that kind of book, son. This is very special. You know, Frederick, my father always meant to read me this book, but he was too busy. Just as his father meant to read it to him. But he couldn't read.
It's never been read?
Apparently, until now. Shall I begin?
You're gonna read it to me? You've never done that before.
Is that a shot, son?
No, I want you to. It's just that, why now?
Well, your mother and I were chatting this morning over toast. She seemed to think that something was missing. We mulled it over for a while, and, well, your name came up.
Oh.
Of course, if I'd known you were sick, I probably wouldn't have come over. In any case, shall we get on with this?
Sure.
The Prince's Broad by Sid Goldman and Buddy... Oh, if it's Weiner or Wiener. Many, many, many years ago, perhaps too many, if one can comprehend that many years. Took two of them to write this. There lived a young maiden named Sweet Cakes.
Sweet cakes? You sure you should be reading this to me, Father?
She lived in a bucolic, pastoral, and very pretty place known as Tides. And one day, while strolling and then stopping, it happened.
Whoa! What a hunk!
Nothing, boy. Aren't you as new to the kingdom?
Not only silent, but really good looking.
So, what time do you get off work? Oh, okay. We're gonna play that game. All right, still waters. Fetch me my horse. Plus, pull up some stumps and pick me up half a pound of pound cake.
As you asked for.
But what he really meant to say was, hunka burnin' sweet cakes?
Oh, my boy. Are you feeling the same thing I'm feeling?
Maybe?
Don't toy with me. Tell me you love me.
Oh, sweet cakes. I've had my eye on you for a fortnight.
You have?
Axe around. Too bad I've got to run. I wish you had have asked me sooner, you know. We could have worked something out.
Promise me you'll come back.
I promise.
When? When will you return?
That I don't know.
I see what you mean. It's a big, flat world out there. Don't get too close to the edge.
I won't. And don't you go marrying an evil princess behind my back.
She knew then she would never see him again. End of chapter 1. That was quite an interesting yarn.
You're not going to put that away, are you?
Well, I had intended to catch the early edition of Wall Street. More bang for your buck.
Well, you got to do what you got to do.
Do you want me to stay?
No, not if you don't want to.
It's just that I find it a little awkward reading
To a 38-year-old.
Well, yes.
Well, how about this, Father? Just read me one more chapter, and you'll never have to ever read to me again. If it's, all right, with you.
Well, I guess I can overcome the awkwardness, but just one more, and then you're on your own.
Do you think he really loves her? Me, I don't know, but he seems kind of weird for a peasant boy. You know what I love about this? The flat earth stuff. Boy, I would have loved to have been a scientist back then. Sorry. Go ahead.
Chapter 2. The young maiden never gave up hope her true love would return. This she knew. What she didn't know was the evil Prince of Tides had his own plans for her.
Which one is poisoned? No wonder why I don't take you on full time. Liege, if I were a betting man, I'd go for the one on the right. Oh, you would you?
I hate this place. I hate this place.
Would my lady care for some nectar?
Nectar schmectar. What do I know from prunes? You got some pop? You got a customer. Send over your middleman. To a long life. May yours be short, may all your creplocks be filled with bad meat. Well, I'm off to the double beheader.
'Tis done. Tomorrow I shall announce the good news. I, the Prince of Tides, shall marry Sweet Cakes.
Load him to both of you.
Did we not just go over this? It's not her I want. It's her lakefront property.
Of course, it is a nicer palace. Ooh, I bet he's got a lot of pricey little knickknacks in there, too. What am I saying? Without nothing, boy, I'm...
Nothing? Did I startle you? Because if I did and someone could hear, then I apologize.
And who might you be?
We might be three lonely ad-libbers trying to perfect our act. In which case, it was you who startled us.
Excuse me. I'm looking for a man who wears an unusual hat. Have you seen this man? He killed my pappy, and I vowed to get even.
Can we get on with it?
Aren't you going to introduce me?
Yes. He's the strongest man in the world. Now, where's the nearest watering hole?
I believe it's just...
Good. That's far enough. You're kidnapped.
Okay, what I still don't get is why they kidnapped her.
They stole her because they wanted to start a war between the Prince of Tides and his nemesis, the Earl of Sotheby. A thief lives off the spoils of battle like a vulture.
Oh.
But in order for their plan to work, the limp, lifeless body of Sweetcakes would have to be found on the island of Sotheby.
Why?
Why? Don't you see? The Earl is automatically implicated.
Excuse me. I think someone is following us.
That's improbable. Andre, there's a hungry man's venison dinner waiting for you up there.
You'll never get away with this. The Prince of Tides will hunt you down. And when he does, he's gonna draw and quarter you. And then, he's gonna chop you into eighths. And if he hired that new French guy, he'll get you down to 16ths. And that's just your body.
It's been nice chatting with you, but I've got a kingdom to wreck. And if you don't mind, I'm gonna start with you.
I doubt that very much.
Tell me, stranger, have you seen a man wearing an unusual hat?
Can't help you.
Will you cut the yapping?
Excuse me. But I'm going to have to kill you now.
Wait! If the good pirate would be so kind as to take 5, we ad-libbers have something to discuss. Why don't you talk to her for a minute?
Oh, I didn't think we'd have to kill anybody.
Is that right? I guess you didn't read the contract, did you? It clearly states you will kill anyone I point to. Is this not your ex?
You should have talked to me first. I have someone to handle these things.
You're making me lose my train of thought.
Sorry.
So, do you like that evil prince guy?
Look, I don't see where this is any of your business, okay?
Just axing. Counterpart, axe.
That's another thing about you. You keep saying axe. The word is ask. The only other person to slaughter the king's English that way was...
Yes? I'm waiting.
My true love. Nothing, boy! Oh, it feels so good to have nothing in my arms again.
I'll never let you.
Look, are we gonna talk, or are we gonna kiss?
That's my sweet cakes.
Excellent! You see? My plan did work. You're wasting your time. He's dead. You two, throw him in the body box.
Body box. Excuse me, but which body box are you referring to?
The one you sat on in the boat on the way over here.
Well, that was not a box.
A box is a square. What he said on was more like a coffin.
Yeah.
Would you two just get the thing?
Well, box not a coffin.
Round box.
Square is a
blue
box.
box.
Square.
I know. Don't say it. I'll never get away with it.
You'll never get away with it.
You see? You couldn't hold it in. I said it, yet you had to repeat it, just like I knew you would. That is why I am where I am, and you are where you are.
And I am where I am.
The evil prince had reclaimed his bride. I won't go with you! Oh, you're going. But I'll tell you who isn't going. Taking his cue, the albino dragged the peasant boy to the edge of the cliff and pushed him over. Ah!
So they killed Nothing Boy?
I certainly hope not. He reminds me somewhat of myself. The evil prince now had everything he desired. A full-time right-hand man, sweet cakes, whom he would wed that evening and bump off later that evening. Plus, when you throw in the lakefront property, he'd have the whole kit and caboodle. Oh, yeah. He was sitting pretty.
Sweet cakes, sweet cakes, sweet cakes. You could change a prince's mind about murder. But, be that as it may.
You can take my life, and you can take my lakefront. But there's one thing you can never take from me.
And what might that be? Pray tell.
My love of nothing.
You're not a natural brunette, are you? Well, the sooner we get married, the sooner I can get back to the business of being an evil prince, so to speak. So, how's about a little smooch? Just something I can remember you by.
Halt! Those are my lips.
Now there's a real blonde.
Nothing boy. I thought you were dead.
You must have broken every bone in your body.
Maybe I did. But then again, maybe I didn't.
Well, no matter. I hope you don't mind that me and the little lady are going out the back door. Sweet cakes, pass me my hat.
I am Pablo Papagallo. That was the chapeau you were wearing when you killed my father, Pepe Papagallo.
Stop it. I'm blushing.
I have devoted my entire life to the memory of my poor Pappy Pepe. I promised to puncture the punk who popped my Papa Pepe.
Yeah. Killed your father.
Prepare to die for killing my pappy. Come on. Come on. Come and get it. Come on. Let's go.
Andre, fetch me sweet cakes.
Are you sure you can stand?
Maybe I can't. But then again, maybe I can.
I could use one of these.
Wow!
Prepare to die.
ready?
Yeah. Dad?
Here goes. The prince and Papagallo both fell in a heap, their bodies eternally joined by Sotheby steel.
Oh, I like that Papagallo guy. He was the best.
The albino became best friends with the Earl of Sandwich and ate happily ever after. Nothing, boy? Well, he never did amount to much, but then again, he didn't axe for much.
Wait a minute, he didn't marry the princess?
His inability to make something of himself was more than Sweet Cakes could stand. But being a good rebounder, she settled on a man who fulfilled her every dream. A man with a future. The end.
Think they were on a deadline or something?
I don't know. You know, it's sort of like the story, you know, when you start with nothing, there's a good chance you're going to end up with nothing. Hey, how about another story?
Sure, but don't you have to watch that TV show?
No, that was just a lie.
That's my boy!
That's my dad.